Probably one of the biggest moments in my design career so far. This video is sponsored by Zero. 3 years ago, I quit my job as an accountant and made what was supposedly a risky career switch. What started as creating Instagram tutorials evolved into freelancing, allowing me to then collaborate with some of the biggest brands in the world. Over the years, documenting this journey has allowed me to work towards my initial goal, which was to build a competing brand design studio. If you're new here, I've been documenting this journey from the day I created the Instagram account to landing our first client, all the way up to hiring my first employee. And now 2026 is shaping up to be one of the most exciting years ever, with bigger projects, new team members, and now our first office in the centre of Manchester. This series is a transparent view into my life as a brand designer, trying to build something bigger than myself that can make a genuine impact on the businesses that we work with. We're getting closer. We are getting closer. So we finally got an office tour. Now this has been years in the making, and honestly I couldn't not be happier. We've got 2 floors in the heart of Manchester, and honestly it's just brilliant. There's so much character throughout the building. I'm really happy to have this as my first design studio. So you can probably see that it's a really big space, and honestly I don't have that much furniture to fill it with, but I can imagine this area being quite a cool chill area for clients when they come and visit. I might need like a receptionist waiting there as well, but I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm definitely going to put my old logo on the wall, so I think that'll look pretty cool there. But yeah, the entrance, not really much going on right now. But then we go into the chill zone. So over here, I've brought a bunch of stuff from my apartment with loads of books on there, business books, branding books, some books that look nice as well. I feel like these are the new logo modernism books. Speaking of logo modernism, we have a chill zone, which also, would it be a design studio without it? Not sure, but we've got them there anyway. So we've got a TV so far. We're lacking some posters. I think I might fill this wall with potentially some of the brands that we've created. But yeah, right now, there's not really much going on. We've got acoustic panels on top. So I do think that this could make a really great podcast room. I mean, honestly, the space is that big. I've got so many ideas flying through my head right now of what I could do with it. But yeah, this is the downstairs area. We have these secret doors. So if I press that, they're meant to open. But there's not much through here. So in here we just have a basic kitchen area. As you can see, literally we've got nothing in. I don't even think we've got a fridge right now. Yeah, empty. On the other side, we have a toilet through this door, but seemingly hard to get in. You kind of got it. There's not much going on in here either. But I can imagine if people come and visit, or if clients come round, this is probably the spot where they default to. Well, this is where I think you'll see a lot of content, potentially from that spot there. I'm not too sure. But yeah, this is probably my favorite of the 2 rooms. Over here, I plan on having, first of all, a big Nonstop sign up here. But actually, this desk is going to be for all of the products that we've created at Nonstop. So you can see a recent one that's just launched. It's for hair by a barber called Ken. In the middle of the table, we've got the bull to remind myself to always keep making money. It's the Wall Street Bull. I think the very first hire for the office is going to be a videographer / video editor. But right now, a lot of our employees are based all over the world. So if anybody comes in, like Leo, for example, from Milan, he'll probably be working here for now. I need to get some proper chairs in at the moment. Right now, they are kind of my sketch desks and also my idea desk. So I've got a bunch of notebooks over here. We've got the pencils. One thing that it is missing is a huge whiteboard, which is one of the first purchases that I need to get. One thing that I don't usually show in my videos is the boring but also the important side of running a design studio, which is your money, your invoices, your rent, all of that good stuff. Now, personally, I've always managed my business through Xero. As I touched on earlier in the video, I used to be an accountant, so I've honestly seen how messy this stuff can actually get. Now, if you haven't heard of Xero before, Xero is actually a cloud-based accounting platform. You can handle all your invoices, your bills, your payments, all in one place. For me, this means I can see exactly what's coming in, what's going out, and I don't need to live inside of spreadsheets all day long like I did prior to becoming a brand designer. If you're a founder, freelancer, or small business owner and you want the ease of using a system that isn't complex, then Xero is built to make managing your finances straightforward so you can actually focus on running the business. Now, if you're interested in Xero, then the offer at the time of making this video is 90% off for the next 6 months using the link in the description. I like this view as well. This view is pretty cool. To be fair, I might do quite a lot of filming from here. I like how you can see my office behind, which I'll show you in a second. But first, I thought while I'm on that topic, I may as well tell you about the future of Nonstop. We've been hiring all over the world recently, so we've got people working for us in Sydney, Italy, France, you name it. But I really want to try and keep it a little bit tighter now by getting a lot of Manchester creatives, because I think especially with the video content, it'd be really cool to get a videographer in, film exactly what we're doing on the agency, and just fill this place with creatives and fill it with energy. Now, the space I've only got for 12 months, so it's exciting, but it's also pretty nerve-wracking because I need to fill it within 12 months and get it to a point where we can actually migrate to a new office with a bunch of new staff. But nonetheless, I'm really excited for it. I think sometimes you've got to force yourself in them uncomfortable situations to actually go and grow. So this is probably one of the biggest moments in my design career so far. I think it's really important to have motion, because if you don't have motion, you're not constantly moving, you're not constantly trying to better yourself and improve your surroundings and improve your work with your clients, then you're probably going to struggle to hire, you're going to struggle to sell people on the vision, and not only that, it's going to be really hard to progress. Like, it can be so easy to stay at whatever level that you're currently at, but I think by continuously trying to push yourself out of those limits, making it really uncomfortable for yourself, that is really how you grow. And then we've got my office. So I'm really happy with this. It's very, very echoey right now, as you can probably hear, but it's looking really cool. We have a balcony out here, which I've currently locked because it's raining. I don't want to look at the miserable skies of Manchester. But yeah, this is really cool. I'm really happy with this room. It's probably where you're going to see a lot of content. I think this year I'm just going to try, over the next 12 months, now we've got a lot of systems in place for the design and it's running really smoothly. I'm going to try and create so much content while I'm in here. And it's weird because although I haven't been posting as much content over the last, I don't know, like 12 months, let's say, I've actually had more clients than ever. And I think it's because, well, I know it's actually because we put so much effort into each client that each client then tells another client, then all of a sudden we've built up so many clients through referrals that I've not been able to really have time to even post content. But that's forced me to create a bunch of systems, start to hire, and now we're looking at like a really effective system where I don't need to be monitoring the design as much as before, which is now giving me scope to create more content, get more clients, and try and build this place into something way bigger than just me. So like when I started, I was just a freelancer and I was just trying to get by through designing. Whereas now I really want to make as much impact on as many businesses as possible over the next like 3 to 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, however long the design industry is going to be holding strong for, which I'm sure it will be for a very long time. Which is also why I want to go really heavy on collaboration, because that is completely AI proof. Like, nothing will beat human connection. Recently, I've been out to all my clients. We've been doing strategy sessions with the clients, and that relationship that you then build with the clients is just, it's unbreakable. It's so much stronger than any Zoom call, which is really why I want to try and push a lot of collaboration in this office. Now, I'm not actually originally from Manchester. I'm from a small town called Preston, which is about 40 minutes away from Manchester. But I just think there's something so special about the city of Manchester. It's like, even when you look back at history with football and music, there's this like creative edge that Manchester has that just makes having a design studio in Manchester feel like the right next move. Now, if I was to have it in another place, the other place that I've had this same sort of Manchester feeling is in Sydney. So in Sydney and Berlin, actually, There are two places that I would absolutely love to expand Nonstop to eventually, but we're talking many steps ahead here. So if you're new around here and you've not seen any of the videos before, first of all, thanks for watching. But I thought it might be worth telling you a little bit about how I've got here. So when I started out, well, first of all, I've been designing for like 13 years. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of football edits just out of passion. And that was simply just learning like bits of Photoshop, not really too much, just figuring out how to use the lasso tool, how to like copy and paste. And then I didn't really touch much design work just because I didn't really see like a career in it when I was a kid until I was about 19. And I was doing a lot of live events in Manchester, a lot of rave nights every single week. And I'd create the artworks just from like the previous skills that I'd learned. And then a lot of DJs were clocking on and they were wanting them for themselves. And then all of a sudden I found myself with a bit of a client base. Now at the same time, I was an accountant, which is obviously a very boring job. But nonetheless, I was still really hungry to try and make like as much money as possible. So I was taking on all these clients at the same time. And then I thought, why don't I just start posting on Instagram? So I started creating design tutorials of how I was making these artworks. And then the page just started to blow up. It was getting 10K followers a day, 20K followers. The numbers were going absolutely crazy off these tutorials. So I thought, hang on, there might actually be something to look further into here. And that's when I discovered branding. And honestly, I got so obsessed with it. It's like ever since I was young, I was like super interested in maths. And I felt like branding was just like the perfect collaboration between design and solving problems. So then figuring out branding was like this huge switch in my brain, especially when I realized how much people were charging for it. And I thought, holy shit, I can actually make this a career. So I pretty much then completely lost interest in accounting. Well, I never really had much interest anyway. I basically stopped thinking that that was going to be my career and started going all in on the branding stuff. And I just got obsessed with the details, figuring out why businesses needed branding, exactly what they needed, and then started to just create a few passion projects in the background. Then all of a sudden that started working, started getting my first clients, and then learning along the way. And then 3 years later, got this place, which is really cool. I mean, it's crazy in such a short space of time being able to work with some huge brands as well. Like we've worked with Whop, we did design work for Zara, we've created a bunch of brand identities for some huge brands like Riverflow, which have like a leading AI tool at the moment. And all this has happened just from following my curiosity really and trying to outgrow myself all the time. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And now we've got this huge space. Soon it'll have loads of people in. Honestly, I just can't wait to get started and get the first client around here and doing a strategy session in person. It's going to be amazing. Now, in terms of the big goals for Nonstop then, is like we're still so early in the journey here. We've worked with some big brands, but I want to work with bigger brands. We want to do more in-depth projects, and I feel like we have literally just got started. Hiring for me was one of the best things that I did last year. And it was really because it's allowed me to free up more of my energy and creativity to focus on different parts of the business. So originally when I started, it was just my brain creating things and not really having any systems in place. And then after hiring for the first time, I realized, holy shit, we need to really systemize every single little bit of the process so that no matter who we bring in, it's so clear. This is what we do from start to finish. And that's also works better for our clients as well. It's like they have such a clear system now, whether it's a brand identity or we work with them on a design basis for like retainer projects. Everything's streamlined, everything is super organized. And that's where really like Figma's helps us as well. It's like we used to use a bunch of Adobe products, but the problem was the feedback loops are too slow. When we're giving work to clients, they can't really comment on it properly. We switched to Figma, everything's like flawless now. But I'm getting a bit sidetracked there. The main thing is that by hiring this year, it's allowed me to free up more of my time to focus on different parts of the business. And I can see that this year, now that I've unlocked hiring within Nonstop, I really think that I'm going to prioritize that over a lot of other things. So whereas before I might have gone away and like edited this video, instead I'm probably going to be looking for like a videographer to bring in-house as soon as possible really, because we've got so much planned for the agency. I want to make sure that every single role that I'm hiring for, I'm up hiring. So I'm hiring somebody that I can personally learn off. And I find that that's just, yeah, it's exciting. It's so exciting that that's going to be the direction that we're taking now. And yeah, it just feels like that it's just growing into something way bigger than me, which I can't wait for. It's like we've got this office now, we've got a huge space, but I do see eventually us having offices in places like Sydney, Berlin, really places where I've visited and gone, I can feel a lot of like creative energy here. So yeah, that's really exciting.